Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. Today, well, we're back at it again, guys. We're doing the NFL Week 2 predictions. And, yeah, guys, we're basically doing the NFL Week 2 predictions. And also, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, but thank you, guys. We hit 700 subscribers. We're at 710 now, so I appreciate it, guys. Again, if I already mentioned it, thanks. Or, well, if I already mentioned it, oh well, but again, thank you guys, we hit 700 subscribers. Means a lot. I think I already established that. Not too sure, but guys, we're going to get into these Week 2 NFL predictions. And for the first game, we got the Commanders at the Packers for Thursday Night Football. And this is a really good game because the Commanders, well, they beat the Giants because the Giants are the Giants. And honestly, they didn't have to do too much against the Giants to beat the Giants. The run game looked very good. Deebo Samuel had a really nice game against the Giants, and he looked like his old self. Oh, and yeah, and the new running back for the Washington Commanders, he also had a touchdown, and he looked solid himself as well. So the Commanders, they looked all right. The Packers, on the other hand, they destroyed the Detroit Lions. And they beat them pretty good. Josh Jacobs looked good. Jordan Love looked good. And Micah Parsons had his first sack as a Packer. And there's more to come. But this is a really tough game to predict, honestly. This could go either way. But I'm actually going to side with the Packers here. I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers to win this football game. 20-17. I think it's going to be a lower score game. Just because defensively, I think both these teams are going to have a defensive battle. So, yeah. But I got the Packers actually slipping out the win for this one. Next game, you got the Giants at the Cowboys. The Giants, oh boy. Well, Russell Wilson didn't look too good. The offense just couldn't get clicking against the Commanders, and no touchdown for the Giants. So the Giants, yeah, they thought they had a little hope after Russell Wilson looked good for a little bit. But, yeah, turns out all hope is lost. But going against the Cowboys here, which the Cowboys, they actually kept it really competitive with the Eagles, and they did lose, though. Unfortunately for the Cowboys, they did lose against the Eagles. They kept it really close, but they still came out with the loss. CeeDee Lamb had a big game, but also had some big game time drops in the end, which lost the Cowboys the game. And Dak Prescott didn't look too bad, and Javonte Williams, he actually looked like solid on that run game. But right here for this game, I'm actually going to take the Cowboys here to get the W. I'm going to take them 31-21. I think the Giants will show a little bit more offensive life against the Cowboys. But I also think that the Cowboys will get their get back after them looking, they came out pretty strong against the Eagles, so I still think the Cowboys are going to be somewhat competitive, but not as competitive without Micah Parsons, if that makes sense. But yeah, Cowboys win 31-21. Next game, you got the Bears at Lions. The Chicago Bears lost to the Minnesota Vikings on Monday Night Football. Caleb Williams had a hot start, and the Bears, they just had a hot start until, the Vikings, their defense let the Vikings come back, and Caleb Williams, I don't know, man. The Bears, like I said, the offensive line, it collapsed in the second half. Caleb Williams collapsed in the second half. The offense just couldn't get going in the second half until, the end of the game. Until, the last 3 minutes. But, yeah, the Bears, they lost that game. And the Lions, they looked decent, but the run game that run game couldn't get going at all against the Green Bay Packers. And, yeah. I do have the Lions getting the win here, though. Long story short, I think they'll get their get back on offense, too. So, I got the Lions kind of dominating 35-16 against the Bears. The Lions, for sure, are going to get their get back. If they lost to the Bears, then, it'd be pretty concerning if they lost to the Bears here after they already lost the game. But, yeah, I got the Lions 35-16, guys. Next game, you got the Rams at Titans. The Rams, what an interesting game against the Texans. They won 14-9, and it was just an odd game. That defense, how about that Rams defense? And also, how about the Rams offense? Rams offense didn't look too bad, but only 14 points is a bit wild. And going against the Titans, which, Cam Ward looked alright, but the offense is just not, it doesn't have enough firepower. Like I said, this is going to be the problem for the Titans all year, is that offense is not going to bring enough firepower. Cam Ward might be alright, and he might even be really good, but it's not going to be enough. Calvin Ridley is not going to be enough for the offense. And offensively, the Titans are just not going to get nowhere. So I have the Rams winning here. I got them winning 27-14 against the Tennessee Titans. In the next game, you got the Patriots and the Dolphins. The Patriots. Oh, man, the Patriots. Drake May looked good in the first half. And then in the second half, he kind of fumbled and collapsed. Practically. And they lost to the Raiders week 1. So, and the Patriots, they had a strong start, but not such a strong start, as they lost to the Raiders. And yeah, going against the Dolphins, which got dismantled by the Colts and Daniel Jones. Don't even know how that happened. But yeah, the Dolphins let that happen to himself. Tua turned the ball over so many times, and everything was just, it was a mess for Miami. Miami just couldn't get no offense going against the Colts, and their defense couldn't help either. And Daniel Jones looked a little bit too good against the Dolphins. And this is honestly kind of a tough game to predict, because this could go either way, depending on who shows up. But I'm actually going to side with the Patriots on this one. I got the Patriots winning a tight and close one, 23-21. I did like what I seen out of the Patriots. It's just they didn't finish the game right. And Drake May didn't finish it either right way. So I do think the Patriots, they come back. They get their get back against Miami. And they also get the win here. So I got the New England Patriots winning a close one against Miami. Unfortunately, got Miami going 0-2 this season to start it off. So, yeah, 23-21, Patriots win. Next game, you got the Jaguars at the Bengals. The Jaguars, wow. Their offense looked alright against the Panthers. I mean, the Panthers, and all that matters is they got the win. And Travis Etienne, he had a good game. The Jacksonville Jaguars actually recently traded Bigsby away, which he only had 5 carries for, 25 yards or something like that. So Jacksonville's run game, I think they have another running back that they're going to be putting in, though. I think they traded him for a 6th or 4th round pick, one of the two. But that doesn't matter, as Travis Etienne looks like he's going to be really good this year, and getting back to his old shape like he was a couple seasons ago. And however, the Bengals, well, they a win is a win. We finally got a week 1 win. And honestly, I'm happy and I'm not happy about the win that we got. Joe Burrow and the offense looked terrible. The offense did not get nothing going at all, except for the first half. The first half, they got things going, but the second half, we got slammed in the second half, and we had no yards of offense in that second half. So the Browns, being the Browns, got us the win. They missed the game-winning kick. They also missed that extra point. So the Browns being the Browns meant the Bengals got the win. And I do think the offense is going to bounce back from this. And honestly, I'm mad about the win, and I'm also not mad about the win, because also, if you think about it, when's the last time our defense has carried our offense? Just saying. So, our defense, got to be happy about that. It looked pretty good against the Browns, except there was a lot of passing yards, so yeah, but we also got 2 interceptions, so can't be too mad about the defense. Defense was pretty solid last week. Hopefully they keep it up against Jacksonville. But also, I do know that the Bengals, going back home, they're about to drop a 40-burger on Jacksonville. I got the Bengals winning 41-17. And the only reason why I have them winning that high of a number is because since the offense is quiet in week 1, they're gonna be loud in week 2. Trust me, it's gonna happen. Y'all don't believe it? Just watch for your eyes. It's gonna happen. It's either gonna be 31 or 41. But I got the Bengals winning 41-17 against Jacksonville. Sorry about yapping about them. Moving on, we got the the 49ers at the Saints. The Niners. They beat the Seahawks as Brock Purdy did have some turnovers, and he didn't have Brandon Ayuk or Juwan Jennings at all, but did have some turnovers. You get George Kittle and Logan Thomas, I think it was, that tight end. And that's what he was dealing with. So Christian McCaffrey, he had a good day receiving end at least. The rushing end wasn't too much, and they won 17-13. So not really that impressive of a win, but they also are going to New Orleans, so a win is a win for the Niners too. So yeah, good for them. Taking on the Saints, which the Saints, I mean, they kept it close against the Cardinals, but yeah, that offense ain't doing nothing this year. It's not doing nothing, so I got the Niners taking the W here, 28-10. They're gonna get the W easily. Not sure where Brandon Ayuk and Juwan Jennings were. I don't know if they're injured or not, but yeah, they weren't there. So Ricky Pearsall had a big game against the Seahawks, and I still think the Niners have more pieces. They have enough, so they're gonna beat the Saints. Don't worry, they'll beat the Saints. Next game, you got the Bills at the Jets. Oh boy, the Buffalo Bills. Wow, talk about the Bills. Down 40-25 against the Baltimore Ravens. And in the end, 3 more possessions later, or 3 or 4 of them, boom, they got the win. They beat the Ravens again, 41-40 in the end. And wow, just what a game from Josh Allen. Josh Allen, he is hungry once again. And the Jets, honestly, give props to the Jets here. They kept it close against the Steelers. They had a high-scoring affair with them, but unfortunately got the L. And I'm surprised they had a high-scoring game with only pretty much Garrett Wilson on that offense and Breece Hall. Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson both had a good game, though. Justin Fields didn't look too terrible. And that defense just... The defense of the Jets lost them the game, making Aaron Rodgers look like him old self. But, yeah, that defense didn't look too good. I think the defense will bounce back, but I also think the offense will take a step back. So, I do have the Buffalo Bills winning 24-13. Maybe the Jets defense gets a little bit better and holds the Bills from scoring a lot of points. But I do think the Jets still lose this game. Don't think they have enough offensive firepower still, as they had a high-scoring affair. So, I think they will take a step down this week. So, I got the Bills winning 24-13 against the Jets. So, yeah, there you go. Next game, we got the Seahawks at the Steelers. The Seahawks, well, they lost to the Niners, and, yeah. Jackson Smith-Njigba was the only piece of offense that was going well for the Seahawks. Other than that, everybody else was doo-doo. Cooper Kupp was their second. I think he was like the second top receiver. It's 2 catches for 15 yards is crazy. Yeah, Cooper Kupp is still, yeah, he's older, so I'm not really jacking. That's why I said I'm not jacking the Seahawks this year. And that's why. Sam Darnold had a very mid-game. Didn't look like himself, but the Steelers, on the other hand, as we said, they had a high-scoring affair. Aaron Rodgers cooked up that Jets defense. DK Metcalf looked good. Jalen Ramsey had a big hit at the end of the game to end the game. And looks like all the Steelers pieces are working out pretty well. But that run game, that run game didn't get nothing going. So that's the only concerning part for the Steelers is the run game. But in this game, actually, I have the Seahawks getting the edge here. I think the Seahawks will bounce back from a lousy Week 1 affair, and I think the Seahawks win 26-19. Odd score, but I think the Seahawks bounce back here on offense, and they get a W against Pittsburgh. Usually there's some weird games in Week 2 and Week 3 and all these, like, you know. So I got the Seahawks beating Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. So yeah, a lot of people are not going to like that one. But Seahawks win 26-19. Next game, you got the Browns at Ravens. Pretty much a Ravens W here. But the Browns, I mean, they didn't look too bad against their defense, but they also looked really bad. Their kicker was terrible. And, yeah, the Browns, they should have won against us, but, yep. The Browns were the Browns, and that's where the Browns stand. Myles Garrett had himself a day, though, as they got after our offensive line really well, and a little bit too well. Yeah, that's not good, but, yeah, the Browns, they're the Browns, and the Ravens, oh, man, the Ravens, Derrick Henry sold the game. He sold. He also had a great day, but also sold. And Derrick Henry, he fumbled and costed them the Ravens big time as they lost 40-41 in a shootout with the Buffalo Bills. And, yeah, since the Browns are the Browns, I got the Ravens winning here, obviously, pretty easily, 30-6. I don't think the Browns are really going to do much to them, so Ravens win 30-6. Yeah. Sorry, Browns, you're not winning this game. If any Browns fans that are in my chat right now, or are watching this video right now, I should say, just don't go to Baltimore. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. I would be shocked if the Browns go into Baltimore winning. But yeah, enough with that. Next game, you got the 4:05 games and 4:25 games. This one at 4:05, you get the Broncos at the Colts. The Broncos, well, a win is a win for them too, as they didn't look too good against the Titans offensively. Bo Nix had some turnovers, and yeah, that's pretty much it. They still got the win though, and yeah, at least their defense looked alright. The Colts, the Colts, wow, what a shocking performance against the Dolphins. But the Dolphins are the Dolphins at the end of the day. Daniel Jones, he looked great. Michael Pittman, he looked great. Jonathan Taylor, he looked great. And that's the thing, if the Colts can get in a roll like that, and if Daniel Jones can get back to that 2022 Giants form, then the Colts could be making some noise. Well, unfortunately, this is the Colts, and Daniel Jones is not to be trusted, as everybody has learned in the past. So I do have the Broncos winning 27-11. Odd score, maybe the Colts score at the end when it's like 27-3 and they get a 2-point conversion. And they make it 11-27, but that's just my prediction. I got the Broncos winning 27-11. In the end of the day, I think the Colts are going to lose this game. So we're going to see if the Colts can hang on against the Broncos, but the Colts, I got them losing against Denver. Next game, you got the Carolina Panthers at the Cardinals. And the Panthers, offense couldn't get going at all against Jacksonville. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Bryce Young, he didn't look great against the Jaguars, and yeah, kind of a problem there, as he had a great ending to the last season, and he just couldn't get nothing going. So there's that. The Cardinals, on the other hand, they had a decent game in a way. Offense looked good. Defensively, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the Cardinals after that performance. Their offense was, like, good but not good, and their defense was, like, good and not good either. I mean, it's the Saints, so can't really tell too much about them yet because, well, it's week 1 still, or week 2, so they're going against the Panthers, though, which got kind of dismantled against the Jaguars, so yeah. But I got the Cardinals winning this game. I was thinking about taking the Panthers here, but I do have the Cardinals winning this football game. In a weird score, I got them winning 25-7. Odd score, I know. Very, very odd score. I mean, not 7. Oops, 17. I got them winning 17-25. I think the Panthers will keep it close, though, this time. But I do not have the Panthers beating Arizona, so 17-25 is the Cardinals' score. Next game. Oh boy, you have a good one. You got the Eagles at the Chiefs. Super Bowl rematch, baby. Oh, I'm ready for this game. This one's going to be a game because you got the Eagles, which they beat the Cowboys. Didn't have to do too much against them. Jalen Hurts kind of ran all over them. And yeah, Saquon Barkley couldn't really get going, but he did enough as well. Offensively, not really too big. Defensively, they made the plays that they needed against CeeDee Lamb in the end. to stop them from losing. So, Eagles, at the end of the day, got the win. Going against the Kansas City Chiefs, which lost to the Chargers, which I was actually debating whether taking the Chargers or not, but I was like, it's the Chiefs, so. But the Chiefs' magic didn't work against the Chargers, as Travis Kelce also hurt Xavier Worthy, which they're likely going to be without Xavier Worthy for this game, so yikes. The Chiefs, they're in a problem because they might start 0-2 this year. And going against Philly, and I'm sure Jalen Hurts is like, he still wants that revenge. Jalen Hurts wants that revenge. Still. I bet he wants to drop a 40 burger on him. On Patrick Mahomes. But I do have the Eagles winning this football game 31-23. I think the Eagles are going to beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs, they lost Xavier Worthy. They're not going to have as much firepower against the Eagles. The run game didn't look that good last week either. So, the Chiefs, I have them starting 0-2. And I have the Eagles starting 2-0. So, there you go, guys. I got the Chiefs starting 0-2. Next game, you got Sunday Night Football. Falcons at Vikings. The Falcons, well, they lost the close match against Tampa Bay. Michael Penix looked decent, but they just couldn't win in the end, as they almost had the win, but Emeka Egbuka just had a really good game against that Falcons defense. And Kyle Pitts, actually, maybe a Kyle Pitts breakout year this year. You never know. But other than that, Falcons just failed to get the win, as they're going against the Vikings, which the Vikings had a very, very slow start against the Bears, as they were down 6-17, and they came back to win 27-24. And J.J. McCarthy, he did not look good in that first half. And then in the second half, he got some things going. So, there's that. But they also got the defense really locked in the second half. Van Ginkel had a nice night. And, yeah. The Vikings, okay. Still not sure of the Vikings. And that's the only reason why I was not sure of the Vikings. Is because J.J. McCarthy, like I said. But, look, he came back against the Bears. But then again, it's the Bears. And considering the Falcons are 0-1, I do have the Falcons bouncing back against Minnesota here in a little bit of a weird game. I think Michael Penix is really going to put up a lot of points this year, so I got them winning 34-18 against the Vikings. So kind of destroying the Vikings in a way, but J.J. McCarthy, just a lousy performance in Week 1. He's lucky he got the win, because honestly, it's the Bears, so can't really blame him too much. But lousy performance in Week 1, but still got the win. I got the Falcons winning 34-18. In the next game, you got Monday Night Football, or one of two games that are on Monday Night Football. You got the Buccaneers at Texans. The Buccaneers won in a clutch game against the Falcons. Mike Evans looked good. Baker Mayfield looked solid. Emeka Egbuka, the new Ohio State Buccaneer wide receiver thing you want to call him, has clutched up already and is looking like that wide receiver 3. And Emeka Egbuka, after that performance, he looked like wide receiver 1, but Mike Evans is still wide receiver 1, but you get the gist of it. The Buccaneers had a great Week 1. Going against the Texans, which, oh man, that offense really could not get going that well. That offense was just stalled out for that whole game against the Texans. Or, I mean, the Rams. Oops. I said the Texans as talking about the Texans. But yeah, they were just stalled out against the Rams. And yeah, I don't think the Texans are going to let that happen again. So, I do have the Texans bouncing back here against the Buccaneers. 33-22. Also another weirdly scored game. But the Texans, I don't think they would let that happen again against them. They wouldn't. Nah. I think the Texans offense bounces back here and drops to 33 on the Bucs. So, yeah. Texans, they get the win here against the Bucs. And the last game you got, which is on Monday Night Football as well, but this time it's at 10 o'clock at night. You got the Chargers at the Raiders. The Chargers, hey man, y'all beat the Chiefs. Quentin Johnston, Okay, let's talk about Quentin Johnson for a minute, man. Quentin Johnson. He's had a great preseason and also is dragging it into the regular season. Is Quentin Johnson really a good receiver now? We'll see about that. We'll see how he performs against the Raiders, but keep an eye on Quentin Johnson, guys. He could be a sneaky wide receiver if he can stay consistent and healthy. But Lad McConkey looking like himself, and Keenan Allen had himself a day too against the Chiefs. And the Chargers, Justin Herbert looked phenomenal. Quarry Hampton had a little bit of a rookie slump in week 1, but I think he'll bounce back against the Raiders, which the Raiders, they got the win against the Patriots, which Geno Smith, he looked good. Hey, he looks good, man. And Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers also had a big game against the Patriots, but this game right here is a tough prediction because either one of these teams can honestly beat each other because, yeah. Honestly, I think the Raiders and Chargers are kind of matched in ways, but I'm going to take the better built team here and the one that's not really rebuilding right now. And I'm taking the Los Angeles Chargers to beat the Raiders in a little bit of a close one. Ashton Jeanty might be a little bit of a bust, guys. He might be a bust, but I got the Chargers winning 24-17. I do think this is where Jeanty has a big game. Somehow, I think Jeanty has a big game, but they still lose because, well, it's the Raiders. But yeah, I got the Chargers winning 24-17, and that's the end of this video, guys. Make sure y'all like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about these predictions in the comments below. But yeah, guys, that's all from me, and hope everyone has a great day. Let me know about these predictions, and peace out.